Good morning, everyone. It's Patty from the studio, and I was trying something new today with my thrifting. I watch a lot of other resellers, and they take their phone or their camera in while they're shopping, and I find it so interesting what people pick up and why, what's out there, deals to be had, etc. So I decided to try my own Thrift with Me video, the very first one. So I started really small. Savers is not the place to try to do this, so I went to my local St. Vincent de Paul in the neighborhood and did my first Thrift with Me video. So be kind in your comments, because I think my finger is in the way. I'm probably making people dizzy, but you miss every shot you don't take, as they say. So stay tuned, and I hope you find it interesting. So I realized I have to do a voiceover because it was just really loud. So first stop is the Christmas table, and I spy a Lenox mug. I'm not always a big fan of Lenox, but I like mugs, and that one was really pretty. And when I went back later, I actually got a second one. That was Target. You never know. I'm like a kid. I pick up everything. And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. That was another modern piece. I have nothing against modern. It's just not my thing for reselling. Now, these little dishes and bowls I thought were really cute. And they're from St. Jude Children's Hospital, made in China, the plate itself. So I don't know if these were paintings done by some of the kids at the hospital. So, but I decided, I think, to pass them up for now. But things in this store don't move as quickly as they do in other thrift stores. So I figure in another month I can go back. My sister-in-law has always asked me to look for Spode, and I'm not always sure of Spode, so when I see something that may be, I check, and this one was not. But pretty little trinket tray, I think they call it, for cookies and things like that. Oh, and looky, 50% off. Yes, thank you. So I'm just kind of looking through. That's Fitz and Floyd, and I could see that right away. But even at 50 off, that was a little too much for reselling, and could be a pain in the neck to ship. And yes, the sign again. And they'll keep getting more. I thought this little wooden reindeer was cute, but he was unfortunately missing an antler. So unless it's a unicorn reindeer, I passed it by. This was pretty, plastic. I'm not even sure why I picked it up, but I did. Some Hallmark things. The cardinal was pretty, it was modern. In box, which is always nice, but I thought not this time. A lot of cookie jars. Some more teacups and teapots. And then a whole bunch of snow globes from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Pretty, but I don't want to ship snow globes that big. They're just asking for trouble. Then we're in some more like picture area. And I love pottery, so I always kind of look. That was pretty, but then I decided no, and I look at this one. I thought maybe this was Fitz and Floyd, and it was actually made for Lord & Taylor. By a good name, but I thought it was kind of ugly after a while. But if you see, there's a speckled brown pitcher that I didn't pick up, but I picked it up later. That was a Schumann piece. This is a Japan Satsuma ginger jar, which was nice. I'm trying to be a little more selective. See that brown pitcher? You'll see it in the haul. I didn't see it when I was filming it, and when I went back, I picked it up and grabbed it. And in the haul video, which will be part 2, you'll see why. This picture was very well painted. It's signed by the artist, 2001. I don't think it's a hobby piece. It was very pretty. But again, I have to watch things in terms of shipping. like that bird. I couldn't even lift it up. I could tell how heavy it was. Again, touching everything. Then we have some more vases and ginger jars. And this one was pretty. It's just marked wisteria. So I really wasn't sure about that. And this one I loved. I loved the painting. I loved the colors. It's from Portugal. I thought it was very pretty. I just left it for now, because I do have quite, a little bit of inventory. And this little folk art piece was nice. And I need to remember that my eyes are not the same level as my camera. And this is Odagiri. Yes, I thought it was. I hoped it was. In beautiful condition. $18 though is way too much. But I ended up getting it, and there was a discount on it, which I had not seen any signs for. But I sell Odagiri every single time. Whatever it is, it sells. And some pretty blue glass. And glass is very hard for me to identify still. Some of it I know, a lot of it I don't. So I just pass it by unless I'm really sure. And it's really low price that I can gamble with it. Like this piece, I thought was just pretty ombre. But again, I put her back. Some more really big ginger jars. I thought this piece was pretty. And that light blue glaze in the background really caught my eye. But I put that back and I look over here. That's not marked, although it's pretty. And then I'm like, oh, let me go back to them. Let me go see this one. Pretty heavy. Just pretty colors, very iridescent. And it's a hobbyist piece. Done by Ruth. Good job, Ruth. Pretty. I liked the glaze a lot. But again, shipping, new. Just don't want to deal with it. Little trinket jar. I like little trinket things, easy to ship. Oh, come on, get it in the frame, and you still can't see, but it's Teleflora. Nothing against them, just not the thing I choose for reselling. When I first started, if it was pretty, I bought it. That's not really a good business model. It was a cast iron cat. It was very cute. Nice little vase next to it. Then I proceed through the department. There's no rhyme and reason. I just kind of kept walking around. It's not laid out in aisles. And that was pretty. That looks like something in the 50s that people would put olives in at a cocktail party. But I have no idea. Nice little ice bucket. Decanter was pretty. But again, I really have to think about shipping. This is considered a bone dish. And it has the beehive, which I believe is Bavaria. I've seen it before. I think it's Bavaria or Germany. And bone dishes were what the fancy people used to put next to their regular dinner plates, where they would put their chicken bones and things like that. I had a matching couple of little serving dishes. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I just, one bone dish is not going to do it. You need, to make a set. I liked these square salt and pepper shakers. I didn't know if they were modern. The mark says Mr. Dudley. So I might look at that later and see if that was something I should have picked up. And if it's back when I go next time, it's meant to be. If not, somebody else will enjoy it. This little bathroom set, like a soap dish and a cup. It was pretty. I looked at it. I hemmed and hawed. I don't know if people still use stuff like that in their bathrooms anymore. I don't know. I liked it, not that much. So he stayed. Pretty little candy dish. Pretty. I love ashtrays. This one was from some hotel. I didn't know any age or where it was from, but it was pretty. And again, ashtrays, tend to be a popular item, but it has to be the right ashtray. Mid-century modern, certain names, and then just more glass. Glass for days. Pretty tea set. A lot of plates, and I have a lot of plates already. I thought these were cute, egg cups. They have Asian markings on them. I don't know that logo, but they were pretty, very, very thin, which I believe would mean they were of very good quality. Because I believe it's the more translucent something is, the better quality, the finer the porcelain. Just another redware hobbyist piece. Again, totally out of frame. I have to remember, like I said, where I'm looking through my phone is not the same as where my eyes are actually looking. So I need some practice. I admit it. This was my first attempt at filming while I was shopping. Little cat, and we keep going. Again, some random dishes and plates. This I noticed, it's called a snack plate. It's got an indentation for the saucer, and they are made in Japan, which I usually prefer, but it was like a merry-go-round carousel figures, but the cups didn't match the plates. And it bothered me, so I passed it by. And some Italian plates and bowls, more china. Then this caught my eye, and I wish I had picked them up. I didn't. I think I forgot about them, actually. They caught my eye because of the color, and then when I looked at the mark, it's marked Noritake Nippon, which dates them between, I think, 1891 and 1921. I probably should have picked up a couple of those. But again, if they're there again, the mark of Nippon, I think, started in 1891. Then I think it became Japan in 1921. Then it was occupied Japan from 1947 to 52-ish. And then it became marked in Japan again. So Nippon is definitely an older mark. So if you see Nippon, it dates it very easily. And then these cups and saucers, I really liked the color. And they're Noritake, Japan, probably maybe the 50s or 60s. Let's try and get the camera back up. Here we go. And I thought they were really pretty, and they were 50 cents each. So I did go back and get a couple. Unfortunately, a lot of them had chips. And for the most part, I try not to intentionally buy anything with a chip. I thought this might be a Fitz & Floyd frame, but it was locally produced. Still a cute frame, but I had Fitz & Floyd dinosaur mugs, and it reminded me of that, so I thought I would double check. Cute nonetheless. And then more frames, which God knows I don't need any more frames. This lady was very unusual, and I couldn't tell what the material was, but it was hand painted with a mark. It said New York, and I liked her. I just didn't like her for $18 right now. So again, if she's still there in the future, I'll think about it. Bone china from England with these flowers. I've had several pieces. I see several pieces. There's chips on them almost all the time. They're very hard to keep whole. Very pretty, very hard to find without a chip. And there was a little hand-painted piglet plate. It was cute, but not that cute. But again, sometimes I just have to look and see what's what. And then how about that soup tureen? How would you like to try and ship that? I'm looking into doing local pickups for things that I might find that are big. I just haven't done it yet. Those were pretty. I wasn't sure. Some of them might be Capodimonte. Some of them might be what they call, I think, Magelica, applied ceramic flowers, little hummingbird bell, modern. Pretty. I know people collect bells. Then the beaded fruit, I wish I picked that up too. I did not know that they're very popular, and they were $1 each. Oh well, you live and you learn. I was kind of going through fast today and new with the camera, so I don't think I was as focused as I am normally. And then this St. Vincent de Paul, they sell a lot of sets of dinnerware. And the milk glass. I like milk glass. It doesn't always sell for me. Certain designs or certain manufacturers, some people just love to collect it. You know, for me it's hit or miss. And she was pretty. I have no idea what that mark says. I'm sorry. I have no idea. It's not Yadro, that's for sure. But there's lattice work. There's hobnail on that table. Grape clusters. And then this is Fenton. Fenton is a great name. And it's got a sticker. It's signed by the artist. It's the, I think it's the silver crest on the top, ruffled with hand painting. Really pretty. I had to leave it for now. Fenton, I've gotten a lot of Fenton and I've sold it so-so. I picked up a Fenton paperweight that sold within a day, but I still have Fenton pieces in my store. And that little elephant was modern. But again, here's more milk glass, crimped edges, the lattice work. This was an ashtray, I believe, and it's from Anchor Hocking. It's almost impossible to see it on camera, but there's a little anchor, which makes it Anchor Hocking. So it's easy to research. Then we're back to more china and dinnerware. I looked at this one because it looks like my china. This one's made in China. It's similar. My china's sitting in a box in the attic. So sad. But again, you know, for people who may be starting out, it's a good place to find some nice deals. Those were pretty, but I had no idea what they were for with the big hole in the bottom. I thought they were salt and pepper, but I don't think so. Lots of glass. Decorative plates. No. I've learned my lesson. No. This is probably made in Italy. Pretty. And then the amethyst vase. Oh, and that's flash glass. The glass is not red. It's color applied to glass, so it tends to peel very, very easily. Very easy to destroy. Just love how they display things by color. I thought this was really pretty, and I'm not sure. HRC, I think it says. I'm not sure, but it was very pretty, but a little too large for me right now. Again, you know, with fees and shipping, you gotta be aware. I'm trying to make a profit. I tried my best to read what that mark is, and let me try again. Nope, I just can't read it. So I put her back. They were very heavy. So I don't know if they were depression glass, vintage, or modern. I just don't know. Then that green decanter in the back is the Moon and Stars pattern, I believe. And that is a good price for that, $8. Not for me today, but that's a good price. And again, just, you know, if you want to have, you know, set up a bar in a new home or give it a gift, these type of stores, they'll have a lot to offer. And I thought, ooh, that looks like Fitz and Floyd. Let's see. No, Teleflora. Drats. Pretty. And then behind that are Snoopy mugs. And they're dated 1965, I think, for $1. and I know some vintage Peanuts things go very well. But after I finished filming and I went back to really focus on what I wanted to purchase, they were really worn. A lot of them had chips, so even for $1 each, it just wasn't worth it for me. So sadly, they remained. This is some fancy bar piece, really cool, but a little rich for me right now. Another hobbyist piece, Thrift. Then I went upstairs where they keep the fancy things. And how about a Christmas Story lamp? Love that. And they had a lot more Lennox upstairs. Again, even though it was the pricier items, they were 50% off. Fitz and Floyd, huge piece. Nice. But never would be able to ship that properly. The little soldier was cute. It's a snack thing. It has the hat's a mug. It's a teapot. Very cute. And a lot more dinnerware. Again, checking for Spode. No, it's not. But I told her I would always look, so I keep my promises. I just don't always know it right off the bat. And then up here they have a lot of artwork. And I've done well with artwork. I've been very lucky. So I always look at that. They had really good prices on sneakers. Today was just not the day to think about sneakers. That's like a different mindset for me. That I can't kind of focus on collectibles and clothing and shoes. I kind of have to break it up. I know that's weird, but that's me. And then what I found up here in the artwork, as well as with some of the furniture, they have some information from either an auction house or from eBay, which I thought was a good idea. It's a nice selling feature for the customer to kind of know where these came from, what their potential value might be, and just really some pretty artwork. And I always just kind of look, because you never know. A lot of them are high up because they're expensive. Lots of furniture. I love that wicker furniture. A shag office chair. And when my husband and I were first starting out, we got almost all of our furniture from St. Vincent de Paul. So it's still a popular place. I think it's one of the first thrift stores around here. I know of their chain. This one in my town was the first one. So just really, pretty pieces. I just like looking around. God knows I don't need furniture. My house is too small. And then I saw these two little prints. Again, the eBay information on a collection of coins. But you have to be careful. They're changing some things with eBay with how they do payments. And they're eliminating a lot of categories that you can no longer sell. Coins and currency being one of them. I like that vibrant piece. Nice print. But I don't want to spend a lot of money for a print. So I looked at these again. You can see they keep being marked down. I liked them because they were small. I looked in the back. I'm not sure what language that is. Sorry. French, Italian, I'm not sure. And if I had the time, I would have researched it while I was there. But for now, I left them. But they've been there for a few months, so. Then this is the locked cabinet of treasures. Piano baby up there on the left. Some Yadro, some Staffordshire. The cat was cute. But really nothing for me today. And some more furniture and some pretty epic lamps. They're chalkware, so they weighed about 40 pounds each. But I thought they were quite British looking. And again, the artwork. Got to get a lot of glare because of the glass with the fluorescent lights. And this grouping I thought was something, but I couldn't see an artist's signature on them. They looked like prints, not paintings. I liked the colors, the muted colors, but I couldn't gather any more information about it at the time. Again, if I was looking for artwork specifically, I might have Googled or done some of that research. Some more low-key figurines and lamps. A scale for us Libras. Imagine trying to ship that vase. Yeah, never gonna happen. But I thought this table was beautiful. I don't know furniture periods, but I just thought it was pretty. I thought that table was like 1960s looking. And then we have another cabinet of treasures. And there I am in my mask. This one is unlocked, so these are a little less fancy than the locked cabinet. But I always look. I found some really good things sometimes without even trying. Or not knowing what I was doing. And then a whole set. Really pretty. I didn't read it closely. And then a lot of blue cobalt glass. This was pretty. It had etched horses on it. I didn't see any sort of markings. But they were really beautiful condition. But they stayed there for today. And these little either bud vases. Decent price. Hummels and gnomes. I hope Hummels come back someday. Right now, they don't really sell for that much money, which is a shame. I just think there's so much of it out there. I know my mom has tons. And she also had these glasses. I have a couple actually in my art studio that I picked up at another thrift store for not a lot of money. Little carved box. Just had to check it out. Yeah. She stayed. That was not as nice as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, $68 for all those glasses. And just another pass at the last cabinet. I liked this drink mixer. It looked very 1950s to me, which I love. I love that whole look of mid-century modern. And there's just some more glass. Okay, this I actually completely keep out of the frame of the camera, and then I hear the voice in my head saying, nope, put it there. Pretty. It had some sort of presidential seal. These, I believe, are Hazel Atlas. It's a double shot glass. I have picked up several pieces of Hazel Atlas. It was, I think, an Anchor-Hocking company. But I still have them in my store, so I don't need more of what I haven't sold. The cross, I don't know if that was like an incense burner, perhaps. Not sure. Oh, there goes the fire alarm in the background, not in the house, out in the neighborhood. And some more prints with their auction house information. That was pretty. But again, I was like, no, not today. We had a whole selection of 78 records in leather cases, and I know my mother has something like that in her basement, pretty sure. We have a lot of furniture in this section, bedroom sets, you know, and I got to follow the arrow, so I'm like, well, I half committed, so I have to keep walking this way. And I thought that piece on the right was really pretty. I liked the clean lines of it. Nice lamp. This console I really liked. Again, it was simple. pretty Asian screen in the background there. You know, if I had a store, I would think about things differently. Actually, I don't know if you heard it. That was my son, who's a volunteer fireman, going out because of the fire alarm you just heard in the background. So it all makes sense now. This vanity piece was pretty. Always reminds me of like Joan Crawford. Not that style, but just a vanity. And then this amazing antique Singer sewing machine. Oh, and here's where my finger completely gets in the way. I'm talking to somebody next to me and I can't obviously speak without moving my hands. I don't know. But I realized, I was like, oh shoot. I gotta stop and then restart. Very pretty. And again, they have some eBay information. But, you know, with eBay, you can look up listings all day long. You really have to look at what's sold for the right pricing. Pretty antique desk set, school desk. It was cute. And from a distance, I thought this footstool was like a needlepoint, but it's just a fabric. It has some age to it, and for $8, I almost got it. I think I go back to it again. This table was just very unusual. Very beat up though. But if you know anything about wood, I'm sure it can be refinished. It was pretty. And then I go back to the footstool. I could use something like that. But I really don't need to bring anything else into the house right now. We're back to more artwork. This vivid painting caught my eye right away. And it is a painting, it's not a print. And it's, the artist's name I think is Pearson, it says, Jamaica. I'll probably come back to that, as you'll see. You know, and stuff like this, you really have to take some time. And I love completed needlepoint cross stitch, and that's what this piece is, cross stitch. Very well done, but oh my gosh, it was so heavy and long, and I'm not shipping that. Though I love it, I'm not doing it. This was, you know, I don't know why things catch my eye, but this did. And it's a print, it says of Jerusalem. Again, I don't know enough about it to have grabbed it today. But, you know, when I go back, I think my plan, when I go to this particular place, perhaps, because it's really tight to move around, is maybe, like, pick a theme. So did you read about the woman that bought a Picasso at a garage sale for $5? Yeah, this isn't it. But it reminded me of that story. And it's worth like $2 million. Picker's Dream. I was happy when I found an original painting for $1 and it sold for $250. That to me was just amazing. And then I picked this up because I realized I have these prints in my stash somewhere. I got them years ago, so I might have to investigate that, where they are. Yeah, I just, you know, it takes effort. And with trying to film for the first time, I already had the bag from the lower basement. I didn't look through everything carefully, but I looked at this again. The frame definitely has some age to it. And Pearson, Jamaica. So, I might research that and see. But I just love the vibrancy of it. This I really liked. This was an original oil painting. The frame has got some age. You can see the canvas, you can see the brush strokes, and you can tell by the way it's framed that it's not a Michaels frame. But there was no signature on it, and I just couldn't do it today. So I'm back in my car. I found some great items. Not tons of items, but my total spend was, I think, $29. And there's one or two items that I think I'm going to do well with based on my historical selling, etc. I'm at the food store, as you can see, which is across the street from the thrift store. So I need to get that done too. And I picked up some things that you'll have seen. Some things I found when I went back. I couldn't film, look at, put in my cart all at the same time. So I'm going to do a haul video as a part 2. So look forward to that to see what I picked up and why. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm working on a giveaway. My channel is starting to pick up some momentum, and I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. And that's it. So see you later from the studio. Peace out. Stay safe and healthy.